everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. In this short video, I'm going to answer a question: what is the cytokine storm? Now, cytokines are small proteins. It's part of the signaling system of our body to say, hey, we're being invaded. We need our army up and ready to attack. Okay? And it's really, the cytokine storm it's a macrophage activation syndrome. Macrophages are part of our white blood cells, part of our immune response. And what it is excessive or uncontrolled levels of cytokines were released, which will activate more immune cells, which in turn, we become it creates hyperinflammation. There's too much, again, it's like your military is too engulfed. It should be a nice little balance. But a cytokine storm is, okay, too many of our soldiers are attacking, okay? So cytokines, they're small proteins released by many cells of the body, and they signal molecules that regulate immunity. What I always say cytokines are, they're the alarm bell. They're the alarm system, hey, we're being attacked. It's a common complication of the respiratory diseases caused by the coronavirus, SARS, MERS, and right now COVID-19. With COVID-19, the major complication is we're having the cytokine storm, so we're having overactivation of our immune cells, which is causing a lot of mucus in the lungs because COVID-19, coronaviruses, they target the lung tissue, okay? And a lot of people are having complications due to their cytokine storm. And who's at risk? People who are immunocompromised already. Cardiovascular disease, diabetes, chronic respiratory conditions, hypertension, obesity. Also, anybody who has a weak immune system, stress. When we're stressed out, what it does to cortisol, it increases cortisol, which lowers our immune response. So these are the people who are more at risk for complications. Now, some symptoms: fever, shortness of breath, body aches, fatigue. This is one of the indicators that your immune response is on overdrive. You have hyperinflammation. Blood work done, low albumin, increased CRP, ESR, LDH, increased iron. Increased iron indicates inflammation. And increased what's called interleukin 6. Interleukin 6 is our main cytokine that signals the body, hey, we're inflamed, we're not inflamed. It's the mediator. So with the cytokines, it activates our immune system. Let me get over here. So it regulates immunity. Now this is part of our immune response. We have the cells, we have the first responders, and we have the backup. So we have these macrophages. The macrophages is part of our first response team, and they're referred to as the big eater. Macro big phage eater. What does it eat? It eats pathogens. It's kind of like, okay, just eat it. What is it? Who cares? Then we have the part of the immune response, the B cells. The B cells, this is part of our antibodies. Antibodies are needed because once one of our cells are presented, the macrophage presents, okay, we make a memory to say, okay, this is the bad guy. And those are the antibodies because they have our memory. I'm just going to jump over here. We have mast cells. Okay, the mast cells, they release the histamines. Like, if you have a big allergy attack, you may take an antihistamine, okay, because you want to calm down those mast cells because those are signaling, signaled due to like an allergy response. Then we have interferon. Interferon is a hormone that actually, it stops the replication of the pathogen. So when a pathogen invades the cell, what that's going to do, that's going to replicate within the cell, and interferon acts as a stopping block so it doesn't interfere. Okay, so it doesn't replicate. And then interleukin 6, which again, it's the most important mediator. And these are all cytokines. Now, the two most important cytokines that we have right now, we have the cytotoxic T cell and the natural killer T cell. What these two cells do, they release a chemical, okay, they have a chemical called Perforin. And how they attack the cell? They attack the cell and they punch holes in it. They perforate the cell. And they get into the cell and basically they do their thing and the cell explodes. Perforin, it punches holes in the infected cell to kill it. It goes in there and just basically blows it up. Now the thing is, what happens is that in a cytokine storm, the Perforin is defective. Why? They could have a pre-existing condition where the part of the immune response is defected. They could have poor health. They could have cardiovascular disease. They could have diabetes, chronic respiratory conditions, hypertension, where their immune system is already on overdrive. So those cells are actually weakened. Because that perforin is very, very important to disintegrate the cell. Now the interesting thing is zinc. Zinc enhances perforin. So you hear the news, a lot of people are talking about increasing your zinc. Yes, zinc is found in shellfish, seafood. I always recommend at least 30 milligrams of zinc as a supplement, especially now, to boost your immune system, as well as vitamin C, because vitamin C also is good for the immune response, because vitamin C, it gets absorbed. When it gets absorbed in the lungs, it's 30 times more effective in the lungs than the other tissues. So when you talk about the coronavirus, one of the things I always recommend, yes, clean up your diet. You need a clean diet, but increase your zinc. Why? Because it enhances the perforin. Increase your vitamin C, because what vitamin C is going to do is going to help with the lungs. Okay? And this is cytokine storm. It's overreaction of the immune system. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.